What's going on, you guys? Slim here on my good friend GalacticGod's channel, and I'm here to bring you guys a deck profile for the May format. I'm not bringing you guys Necros, I'm not bringing you guys Burning Abyss, I'm not even bringing you guys Cleafords. I'm bringing you guys Masked Heroes. And the reason why I'm bringing you guys Masked Heroes is I don't know about you, but I'm really tired of seeing Necros everywhere. And ever since the release of the Hero Structure deck, Darklaw has proven itself to be one of the best anti-meta monsters in the game, and for that reason alone, heroes have revamped and come back into the game. And it's so great to see a deck that so many players love come back and really just, they make an impact. It hasn't won like that many events. It has topped, but Darklaw itself has made its way into other decks. Most recently, we saw the Volcanic Hero deck. We've seen Burning Abyss abuse the card. We've seen Gravekeepers abuse Mass Change #2. But when you actually take the deck at its core, heroes are what make the deck amazing. And that's what I'm here to present to you guys today. Another thing is, this is a budget-friendly deck for all you budget players, myself included. All these cards are cheap. All these cards have been reprinted, and everyone can get these cards, basically buying 3 Hero Structure decks, a couple cards here and there, and you're pretty much set to go. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the deck profile. Alright, you guys, and on to the deck. So pretty standard. We start with, of course, our 3 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, best card in the deck. Heart and soul of the deck, basically, now with Mass Change. Make your Darklaw, make your Anki. Plays for days with Hero Lives, Call the Haunted, etc. Has a built-in Rhoda effect too. For the rest of the heroes, we of course have 2 Bubble Man, only 2. 3 is too clumpy. 2 just serves its purpose. Also being able to mass change it into acid is really, really good. For the last 2 heroes, we have 1 of the new Elemental Hero Blazeman that came out in World Superstars. For those of you who don't know what this card does, basically if it's normal, special summon, you add a Polymerization to hand. I'm not running Polymerization in the deck. Reason being is the card, through testing, has just not been that consistent. It is kind of a dead draw. It would be good because you'd be able to ditch it with Monk, but just through testing the card wasn't that good. And there's not a lot of fusions that you'd want a Polymerization. You only run 11 monsters now, so the ability to use Polymerization just really isn't there. But its other effect is awesome. You're able to send a Elemental Hero to the graveyard, and you can only fusion summon for the rest of the turn, but that's fine. That's what the deck does. And basically, Blazeman becomes that Elemental Hero. He copies the attribute, the attack, the defense, and that's really cool. So he's really, really versatile. Being able to change his stats at will and being able to mass change him into an Acid, Anki, or Darklaw is just great. So he's staple now. And for the last hero, we have 1 Elemental Hero. Alias is our main beater. Go-to card when we're trying to get over stuff. Card's really good, really solid. So it's in there. And that's it for the heroes. For the other support cards, we run 2 copy of Goblinberg. Self-explanatory to make our rank 4 plays. Being able to get Shadow Mist out. It's also a Rhoda target, so it's perfect for the deck. And the last 2 cards, of course, are Summoner Monk to get into our Shadow Mist even more and to get into more rank 4 plays. So that's it for the monster lineup. It's just 11 monsters. On to the spells. 3 Hero Lives, self-explanatory. Bring out your monsters. Start your combos. Get to Darklaw. 3 Mass Change, best card in the deck. Get Darklaw out, get Anki out, get Acid out. You pick. It's searchable. It's great. 3 for our main search engine though. For our monsters, we have 3 Rhoda and 1 E-Call. That's all you need. You don't need more than that. These take the place of monster slots. So basically, in reality, you're running 15 monsters. So really, really good. You don't need more than 1 E-Call, in my opinion. A lot of people, I've never seen anyone run more than 1 E-Call either, for that reason. Then I'm running 1 copy of Mass Charge. This card's really, really good. It's like basically the salvage of the deck. I've only tested 1. I haven't tested multiple. I know some versions of heroes run multiple copies. The reason why I'm only running 1 is because in your starting hand, the card is dead if you don't open monsters, and it can happen. Even with the search cards, you sometimes just don't open monsters. So you wouldn't want to open, multiple copies of Mass Charge with no monsters because you'd already be starting with dead cards. So for that reason, I left it at 1, and at 1, it's been testing perfect. For the rest of the spells, we have 2 Forbidden Lance. This card is really, really just amazing in the deck. As you guys can see, I'm not running Mystical Space Typhoon. With Necros being the most dominant deck in the format, I felt that Lance would be more better in a lot more situations. You're able to dodge anything in a heavy trap deck, or you're able to dodge Raigeki, dodge cards that try to get rid of Darklaw, and it's also able to get over monsters in battle, so that's huge, or weaken them. So Card's just been testing amazing. 2 was perfect too. I tested 3, it got a little clumpy. 2 was just the perfect number. So for now, this card's staying in. It's a really, really solid card and always has been since its release. The rest of the spells, 2 Dark Hole and a Raigeki is my main, outs to like established boards, and of course the Djinn Lock. A lot of people don't like Dark Hole because of course you Dark Hole, you lose your Dark Law, etc. But basically this card is here to out the Djinn Lock, and it's also just really good against established boards, especially like in the Cleefort matchup or the Satellanite matchup, or where they have just a huge, amount of monsters, and you just, you Dark Hold them, they're back to square one. Same with Raigeki. Get rid of their monsters, they're starting over, and Raigeki, of course, is just amazing. With Dark Log, you just Raigeki and everything gets banished, so staple in the deck. And of course, the last card is Book of Moon, one of the best spell cards in the game, one of the most versatile cards in the game, and of course, one of the main outs to the Djinn Lock. And just being able to dodge problematic monsters makes the card great. Being able to dodge Effect Veiler if need be, it just really helps a lot. And for the traps, pretty simple. 3 copies of Mirror Force, like I said, it's Protect the Dark Law. We max out on our protection. A lot of people are starting to say that Deep Prison is better, and it might be depending on what you play against, but I feel Mirror Force in a deck like this, where you have a walking Macrocosmos, is just far superior. Being able to banish all their monsters is great, plus it's just the ultimate protection for Dark Law and any other cards we establish on the board. So Mirror Force is just great, and no matter what format it is, Mirror Force will always surprise players. Even now that the card has gone up in playability, people still walk into it every day, so Mirror Force is just great. 3 Fiendish Chain, basically a staple in the deck. Being able to shut off effects, the Manju, the Senju. Trishula is such a problem for this deck because, you lose 3 cards, your graveyard's important, your hand's always important, so anything like that can be a problem. So Fiendish Chain takes care of that problem. Plus, it's able to stop attacks, so when big monsters try to get over Dark Law, you tell them no, and you just, you draw your outs, you draw your resources, so card's just great. For the rest of the traps, 2 Call of the Haunted, only 2. I tried 3. 3 was clumpy. 2 was the perfect number. Being able to, get back the monsters I need, being able to, trigger Shadow Mist to be able to get my effects off. So 2 was perfect. 3 was too much, so I cut it to 2, and it's been testing great. And for the rest of the traps, 1 Crush Card Virus. I am running Crush Card Virus. You do have the 3 Shadow Mist as well as the 2 Summoner Monks. So Crush Card is just basically staple in the deck. A lot of people don't like the card, even with the new errata. But you have to know when to trigger Crush Card Virus. You don't haphazardly activate it. You use it when you have enough knowledge of what your opponent's playing and what the state of the game is, and it can get you so far ahead because you gain more knowledge and you get rid of problems in their deck. And depending on the matchup, it can just be, it can be like almost an auto win. So I think the card is great in the deck, especially with all the targets. And for the last 3 cards, we have 1 Bottomless, mainly against Cleefort, and just decks that spam a bunch of monsters. It's good out to Unicorn, because Unicorn can be a problem if we haven't established Dark Law. And Compulse. Compulse was one of the cards I wasn't sure on. I originally was running a Ring of Destruction until I realized that you pay too much life with Hero Lives, and if you don't establish your monsters, you can lose a lot of life points, and then Ring of Destruction can end up backfiring on you, and it can become dead to where if you activate it, you lose. So there was no point in risking that. So Compulse was just really a better choice. It's also just an out to the Djinn Lock. It's an out to just pretty much XYZs and fusions and whatever else comes our way. So Compulse was good. And of course the last card is the 1 Emptiness. Best card in the game. Just locks out Necros, and as you'll see in the extra deck, playing Arc and a Luminescent Knight, Kargagoron, to try and protect it and just get an auto win against Necros if they're not maining Typhoon. So that's it for the deck, you guys. Now I'm going to get into the extra deck. Alright, you guys, and on to the extra deck. We have, of course, 3 copies of Mass Hero Dark Law, best card in the deck. Walking you Macrocosmos, amazing against Necros, like I said. We play Protect the Dark Law and win because of that. Card's just, one of the best cards of the format, one of the best anti-venom monsters in the game right now. For the other 2 Mass Heroes, we run, of course, 1 Anki, the new Anki. Card's great, solid effect, 2800 beat stick. That's really, really good when you're just trying to OTK your opponent. And, of course, the 1 Mass Hero Acid, like Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster on crack. Card's great. Really like this card. So that's it for the Mass Heroes as far as Mass Change goes. For the rest of the support cards, we have the Dynamic Duo for the OTKs, Excalibur and Blade Armor Ninja. You basically get these guys out and you just win. If they don't have Valkyries, you just win against Necros. Of course, against other decks, just they get in and they win. For the rest of XYZs, we have, of course, 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, 1 Kargagoron. 1 Exciton Knight, 1 101 Arc. Still running Arc. Arc's really solid. It can buy you turns. It's a snatch steal. You know, it's a great card. Plus, it can also save you. Like when you have a face-up emptiness, the monster doesn't die. Necros do that, where they're trying to make Arc and then protect emptiness and win because of it. So you can play the same game against them. You know, you lock them out so much more with emptiness than they do you. So this card's really solid. Of course, 1 Castel, very versatile card. 1 Dweller for Burning Abyss for Shaddolls. Just any graveyard effect. 1 Cowboy because it does win games. It will always win games. And the extra deck, just 1 Rhapsody because it's really solid against Necros and any deck that, you know, you just banish stuff from the graveyard and you just win. And also if you make XYZs, you can boost them up with this card. So that's it for the extra deck, you guys. Alright, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Masked Heroes for the May format. Again, very budget deck. Deck doesn't cost much. You're able to pretty much get all the cards in the Hero Structure deck. And any other cards you can get. This stuff has been reprinted multiple times. Extra deck is also cheap. So just a budget deck and a very just versatile deck. If you're not feeling Necros, if you want to play something else, it's at your disposal. So just a great deck to play overall. I want to just thank GalacticGod for allowing me to come on your channel. For those of you that remember me as a SlimX Team Symmetry, you guys will see I'm now a SlimXRareHunters. I'm now working with my good friend Pete Navarro, and we are, you know, working together to bring, you know, just the best YouTube content to you guys. Pretty much the same stuff that I've always brought to my channel, but just you know, better quality, better you know, a lot more variety, you know, different deck profiles, live event coverage, card discussions, and of course anything that you guys want to see will always be featured and welcomed on the channel. So hopefully you guys will head over to my channel and subscribe, and I'll always have weekly videos, trying to do weekly product openings, so always going to keep it fresh on the channel. So hope you guys will enjoy it. Once again, thank you GalacticGod, and I hope to see you guys over on my channel. Thank you for watching.